Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you're at. My name is Lat Mackey, and we're going to be playing some Ninja Spirit on the TurboGrafx 16. Joining me, we have an exciting couch. This is all from the TurboGrafx 16 Discord community. We have Mr. Infinite Mystery. We have Evan Grill, Cyphrin, Great John, spelled weirdly, and Glitchwish on the end there. Hope everyone's having a good one. So before we get started, there's a couple things you should probably know about the TurboGrafx 16. First of all, it was a console that was out around like the Super Nintendo Genesis era, maybe even Nintendo era a little bit, Evan?
Yeah, it overlaps.
Overlaps just a little bit. The controller itself has turbo switches and turbo buttons on it. So we are actually going to use that during this run. This is it's really a quick run, so try to get all the stuff that you need to know in before we do it. It's a Ninja game. It's one of the only Ninja games that I'm aware of on the actual console.
I think so.
Okay, and there's these, it's fast. It's hopefully going to take a little less than 15 minutes if we're lucky. So that's going to be the idea here to get this thing going.
So when Matt gets started here, just to kind of wake everybody up, you're going to see a wolf come out. When the wolf howls, I want to hear everyone in the audience give their best howl too.
We're all going to howl together, okay, y'all? Here we go. Okay, let's get this thing started. We'll do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. We'll actually start the run on game start here, okay? We all ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Here it comes. Wait for it. Wait for
Ready?
it. Wait for it.
See the wolf come out.
And? Okay, we are ready to start. So, Ninja Spirit is going to be 7 stages, and no joke, we are just going to be walking to the right the entire time. Oh, there's one stage you can jump up actually on. So. Let's see here. I'm going to hand it over to Evan so I don't screw things up here at the beginning, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the game.
All right, so this game really fits in with the Contra block that we've been doing here. You're just moving to the right, you're running, you're shooting. There are 4 weapons in the game: sword, shuriken, the grenades here, and then like a kind of sickle on a rope. I don't know what that's called. But, the only weapon we're using here is the grenades. They're the longest range, and they have the biggest firepower.
The grenades are extremely overpowered in this game, so I'll use them throughout the entire run.
You'll notice that there's a second ninja on the screen. You can actually get up to 3, but the second ninja is enough firepower, and the third one actually adds a little bit of lag. So you'll notice he tries to only get the second one, and it just copies everything that he's doing.
So there are a lot of things that make this game more challenging than it should be. One of them is 1 death kills. Most of the enemies in this game are 1 death kills, except for a couple. And as you saw, I've already lost a fair amount of my health just here in the first stage. The other one is the luck factor, the RNG. There is a fair amount of RNG/luck in this game that make it way more challenging than it probably should be. So, hey, that was a good kill. That was actually a fast kill. It's good.
Yep.
Cool.
Stage
1 done.
This game is one of those games where all of the stages are really difficult, and the bosses are almost all quick kills like that.
You don't ever want to see the boss really doing anything,
Yeah,
right?
if the boss moves, then something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so with any ninja game, there's always got to be some ninja lore. Evan, can you hit us with some ninja lore on this?
So the intro cutscene we got there was Tsukikage, who is this person. This is his father that died. Now he's going through a series of alternate history, feudal Japan, to avenge his father's death.
And he somehow turned into a werewolf or something of that nature?
Yeah, apparently he's half wolf, half person.
Well, that makes total sense, right?
Yeah, there's not a lot of storyline in these TurboGrafx 16 games. I mean, Newtopia has a long one, but otherwise a lot of them are pretty short.
So, unlike a normal cartridge of the era, TurboGrafx 16 games came on something called a Hue card, and it's literally the size of a credit card. And so, but unfortunately, one of the limitations of it was the memory size. So, if we didn't get any sort of lore, too much for the card. So. Yeah.
Is that a boss fight?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, stage 2 done. There we go. So this stage, most of the enemies in this stage are 1-hit kills, and it actually might be a good time to fit in just a quick donation if you got one.
Oh, we absolutely do. In fact, I got one here from NME, who donates $25 and says...
NME!
All right.
NME, what's up?
He says, thanks to Lat for showcasing a great game in this TurboGrafx block. Hopefully this run will live on as a splendid legend. Great to see you wearing a shirt inspired by Neotopia. Remember that throwing dynamite is a valid martial art.
Dang right it is.
Donation goes to Runner's Choice.
For the 5 people who have ever heard of the game Legend of Hirotoma, it's another TurboGrafx 16 game, and Enemy was definitely making a Legend of Hirotoma reference there.
Yeah.
Oh god, so we got tons of lag on screen. I'm not able to get enough of the enemies off to get a little bit of delag. And we're at the boss for the next level.
This might be one of the bosses that you see the longest on screen. And then you don't see him anymore.
And it's done. So if you're considering getting into the speed run thing and you've never done it before, let me recommend Ninja Spirit. One, because of the length, obviously, but then number 2, this game is simple to start with and really interesting to master kind of thing. The world record holder currently is Bald Nate, who has optimized this game to an incredible amount. I don't even know how he did it. But it's one of those things that you can pick up pretty quickly. The reason I started running this game was actually a 12-hour challenge. For those of you who aren't familiar, a 12-hour challenge is you try to learn a speed run over a 12-hour period, usually over a weekend. And the whole community gets together. We all learn something new. It's pretty awesome. But this was my 12-hour challenge, and I was literally able to get a sub 10-minute run in about, I'm going to say about 4 or 5 hours or so.
Yeah. So hanging on the ceiling, can you do this on any other level or just this one?
This one in the last level.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to die here. Actually, let's move down here. Okay. Playing it a little bit safe here.
Yeah, this actually reminds me, there's a level in Keith Courage that has walking around on the ceiling, so.
Keith Courage, for those of you on the TurboGrafx 16, Keith Courage was the pack-in game. So a lot of people actually have some familiarity with Keith Courage, and Cyphern back here actually runs Keith Courage. So what's that game like, Cyphern?
Awful.
Interesting. Very interesting.
It's got blind jumps.
All right.
Yeah, blind jumps.
Oh, here. Evan, go for it.
So, as with almost any '90s game, there is a block boss where it's just blocks moving around the screen. I think Mega Man had one.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big trope of games of this era.
Okay, so there's the randomness getting me. I have brought shame upon my ninja.
Did we decide how much we're donating per death?
Yeah, $20. We're going to give 20 bucks
okay.
per death. If you want to join me, please feel free. There could be more.
Yeah.
This game, similar to Contra, can be really unkind at times. That was just a pure luck thing that it moved in that direction. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Okay, so this will be the only stage that we're actually going to be moving vertically as opposed to horizontal. And you'll see why in just a sec. Here we go. Oh.
So this is a good time to talk about the jumping mechanics in this game. You actually need to be moving before you jump, otherwise he moves really, really slowly, and it's hard to make the leaps over these gaps here. You've also noticed him jumping and shooting throughout the game. That he can actually only move and shoot if he's in the air. If he happens to be
on the ground.
on the ground, yeah, he just kind of gets stuck.
Oh, that was a good boss fight. Another stage done. So this is the second to last stage, and this one is the most RNG-filled / sprite-filled / lag-filled stage in the entire game.
Yeah.
The whole goal here is going to be to try to destroy all of the enemies as much as I possibly can off of the screen so that I can reduce the lag. So you'll see me taking some very weird paths to get through this, but the idea here is that I'm trying to get rid of all of the enemies on the screen.
While holding right.
Well, yes, the all-important hold right, yeah.
During the boss fight, there'll be an opportunity for a couple more donation reads. I think it's the longest boss fight of the game, not because it's hard, but just because they throw 7 of the exact same boss at you.
Shout outs to the visuals in this game. I love the lightning and the clouds in the back there.
Yeah. This is a console that did not have proper parallax scrolling, and we're not seeing true parallax scrolling here, but a lot of games used a lot of clever tricks to be able to get parallax rolling on the screen.
So I'm even trying to actually let go of the fire button occasionally in this level to try to get the grenades. Unfortunately, produce quite a bit of sprite action on screen.
My favorite boss.
All right, go for some donations.
We have a moment. Go for it.
Yeah.
All right. We have one here from Vonnie Von.
Vonnie! Woo!
He donates $20 and says, so let me get this straight. My man Lat Mackey is running a TurboGrafx 16 game at an SGDQ, all while wearing a shirt that was undeniably inspired by Newtopia. It must be my birthday. Oh wait, it actually is my 40th birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Vaughn.
Shout outs to the entire TG16 speedrunning crew and good luck, Lat. Money goes to your choice.
Thank you, Vaughn, for the donation. And obviously, I'm a big fan. I'm wearing a shirt. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Newtopia is another TurboGrafx 16 game. It is not Zelda. I promise you, it is not a Zelda game. So
I think we have time for one more.
Sure thing. We do have a $25 donation from Rasputin. This comment intentionally left blank.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the last stage of the game. And we're about to take a dive into a pit of ninjas. And when I say pit of ninjas, I literally mean a pit of ninjas. We're gonna take a moment here. Anything could happen during this. The game could just end. We could die about 100 times.
Yeah.
There's a ridiculous amount of luck that's about to happen right now. Can we just all do a little RNG praying? I don't know. How do we make this just a little bit safer so we don't die on the way down here?
Yeah.
We're gonna try. Here we go.
Let's all hold hands.
Yeah.
Everyone hold their breath. Here we go.
Leap of faith.
Okay.
Looks like he made it.
We're good.
That was the tough part.
Now he's just got to wiggle back and forth and avoid all of these ninjas.
Lots of ninjas.
Yes. Unfortunately, there's no orb at the bottom of this.
Orb, thank you.
There we go.
Okay.
That's the game. Time's coming up. Time's coming up. Hold on, sorry.
Time.
There we go.
Okay. We made it. I kid you not, anything could have happened during that pit. If you're sensitive, you may want to look away from the screen right now. It's a little bit bright. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Ninja Spirit on the TurboGrafx 16. If you're at all interested, we have a wonderful TurboGrafx 16 Discord community, and that's thankfully all these people have joined me up here on stage to do so. We're friendly. We love new runners.
Yep.
Please join us. I don't know. This is my pitch. If you're at all interested in any of this, or if you just want to try out speedrunning, a lot of us are there to help out and learn these type of things if you're interested in joining us at all. So thank you all to the couch. Thank you to everyone in the audience, and thank you to all you at home. Hope you have a good rest of your marathon, and enjoy the next run. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, an absolutely incredible run. Thank you, Lat Mackey, for that display of ninja prowess. All right, I have an update on one of our donation incentives. The Castlevania Symphony of the Night upgrade category incentive has now been met. Thank you to everyone for your generous donations and getting that, making that available for us. Thank you so much. All right, we're just going to take a quick second here and we'll give you some words from our sponsors. All right, everyone, welcome back. We have ourselves an interview between Darkman and the runner of our half-minute hero coming up in another run, Dowolf.
I'm Dowolf. I am here to be interviewed by Darkman. Darkman?
Oh.
Right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Interview. Yeah, sorry. Forgive me. Sorry. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to SGDQ 2019. I'm Darkman.
I'm Dowolf.
I'm really tired. Don't mind. So Dowolf is going to be running the upcoming half-minute hero, which is going to be coming up pretty soon. So Dowolf, welcome.
Thanks.
So happy to have you here. So kind of talk to me a little bit about Half Minute Hero. I mean, obviously when people think of the game, they go, well, okay, half minute.
Yeah.
So that has a big theme to it.
Yeah.
So what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so basically the idea of the game is you have a 30-second, you have basically a full-fledged RPG sort of in miniature that you have also a 30-second timer. You have to beat the game in that 30-second timer. You're around, you have every 9 steps, you get an encounter. And encounters are pretty simple. You just run at the enemy runs at you, one of you survives. But then you have a go fast button. Go fast button spends HP. And go fast button is nice as a speedrunner.
Yeah, I would think so. So when you think about a little bit like Half Minute Hero, it's obviously a game that like naturally lends itself to speedrunning. How does that kind of like affect you playing the game? Is it kind of a game that like makes you really like think fast and do a lot of things at once, or is it kind of like a game that's a little bit more slower paced, even though it does have the element of speed to it?
Yeah, so it's definitely more strategical because as a speedrun, basically the way the game works is the RNG is determined by the number of frames that you've run, which isn't quite as bad as that sounds. But so basically you're trying to find this route that gives you the right encounters with lots of crits so that you can beat the boss at a slightly lower level, and just trying to find that one exact path and then hopefully try to stay on that path and not like run one too many frames somewhere along the way.
How does this even make any sense? You're talking about like things that happen in an actual RPG that happen over the course of like hours and hours of a speed run, and you're doing all of this in 30 seconds. Like, how does this even like make sense like in a speed run setting?
Well, so I mean, we level up a little bit faster. So like at one point in the run, I might gain like 20 levels in a single fight. So that kind of helps.
A single fight taking what, like 2 seconds?
About that, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So yeah, you talked a little bit about like RNG manipulation. So even in a game like this where you're trying to go super fast, like with every stage, how does that kind of affect the speed run? Because like maybe it's like RNG manipulation, maybe it's not manipulating like hours and hours upon a run, but it kind of like all like adds up over the course of time.
Yeah. So you go to initial C at the start of every level, and then literally it's your RNG is going to advance when you spend RNG, obviously, but also whenever you run. So for instance, when you're running on the world map, you can only run in tile increments. So, that's like a 5-frame window. That's basically an hour for a speedrunner. And so you're just trying to stay on that course for as long as possible. In most levels, maybe you'll try to go 10 seconds without screwing that up, or something like that.
Cool. So like talk to me about the like RPG aspect of it. Like I'm sure you're somebody who enjoys RPGs.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So does that like aspect of the game kind of like sell you on this game, or is it really like more to it because of the fact that it's like, you're doing everything in like 30 seconds?
It's definitely a mix.
Yeah.
Like the RPG-ness almost feels like just a flavor, a coating on top of what is almost more a puzzle game in my mind, if trying to find the right route.
Okay.
Though I do love those. I do love the trappings of RPGs because, as anyone who's seen RPG Limit Break knows, I've run a number of runs at that event. Definitely love my RPGs, but yeah.
Cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do a few social media questions that we had on Twitter. So thank you so much for taking the time to answer the call for questions. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a question from Lodinosaur, which is pretty cool. So Dowolf, if you're this good at speedrunning, how good would you be if you had a whole minute?
Oh man, if I had a whole minute, like I wouldn't have to be in a rush all the time. I could just take my time, enjoy the sights. So yeah, no, minute would be a mistake. We need to take the time down.
Yeah.
Definitely need to reduce the amount of time we got.
Okay, so that would make him a bad speedrunner. You don't do that. So we have another question from El Orenji. Says, how did you come into the speedrunning community as a whole?
Yeah, so it was a combination of two things. One was I found some old runs on SDA for Half-Mint Hero, and to a very large extent, it was, I saw the run, I saw, okay, wait a second, I can do this faster here. I don't think he knows about how RPG manipulation works, and just sort of said, okay, I can improve this. And then the second thing in combo with that was I was watching one of the old GDQs in like 2012 or whatever, and I heard a familiar voice and I was like looking on the screen and I couldn't place it. And I'm like, wait a second, subtract the beard, subtract a couple years.
No, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you off there. You went past 30 seconds, you're now dead. All right, so so we have a last question from Pods Dragon. It says, DeWolf, and this is important, you have 30 seconds to sell me on your speed game. What would you say? Go.
All right, so world's ending in 30 seconds. You gotta go. You gotta run as fast as you can. But you can't run too fast because you have to walk to get encounters. Now, once you get an encounter, you're gonna level up. Once you get enough levels, you're gonna buy an herb. That herb will heal you. Buy another herb, because why would you not wanna buy another herb? Then you're gonna go to the boss. You're gonna not die. That is the most important thing, is not dying on the boss, because otherwise you look like a fool in front of some number of people.
That was 20 seconds, everybody. That was pretty good. So one last thing before we go. I want to talk about the incentives that you have upcoming for your run. So maybe you can kind of talk about that, since they still need some money to get met for those.
Yeah, so we have two incentives. So the first one is Hero 3. So Hero 30, which is the standard gameplay mode, you have 30 seconds to beat the level. That's easy mode. Hero 3 gives us 3 seconds before the world ends and we die. So if that sounds like it is insane, you are correct, and it is wonderful fun. And then the second one is Another Goddess. So Another Goddess, so like I said, each of these levels is supposed to be sort of a self-contained RPG. Another Goddess takes this to its logical conclusion of that. So the first town in the game, you can recruit a bunch of party members. So there's like 9 total party members you can recruit. You can recruit up to a party of 4, because of course. Then you just go around, there's a bunch of side quests to get money. Each of the 9 party members has their own unique side quest that you can do to get them their unique weapon. Once you get every party member's unique weapon, you can do another side quest to get the main character, like the most powerful weapon in the game. And it's just this insane, huge map. So like the target time, so like the A rank time, if you're playing a Sonic game, is 4 minutes and 30 seconds. We're gonna do it in less than 2.
There you go. That's a true speedrunner right there. Well, once again, I just want to go ahead and say thank you so much, DeWolf, for taking the time to answer a few of our questions. And we're looking forward to your run.
Thanks.
All right, so yeah, that's going to do it for us. Once again, that is DeWolf. I am Darkman78, who is really tired, and I'm going to go to bed. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to the host. Good night.
All right, and in that spirit of that rapid fire interview, we're going to toss it immediately over to Tolu, who's running Super Time Force Ultra. Take